A two-parter for you. It's another road point. It's another good result away from home for you guys. And on top of that, you get a handful of really great performances from some young guys. What did you think about what they offered you and kind of what it means in terms of 7 games in like a month, pretty much for you guys?
Yeah. It's a game where you have to really, I always say this, win, lose, or draw, you have to have the right perspective about the game and the result. We play to win every single game we play. There's never, ever been a game where I've told the guys, let's draw. Never has that come out of my mouth. It's always play to win. But I think in this circumstance, we'll take the point. And we'll take the point because, again, the perspective is we're playing a very good team who's unbeaten at home. This is only the second time that they haven't won in 8 games at home. I think they have 6 wins and now 2 draws. So, out of the 8 games, we're the second team to take a point off them. They're number 2 in the West. We have a game where a bunch of guys out. I think you saw that at the end with us having 2 guys come into the game. And in total, we have 3 homegrowns playing and 2 Crew 2 guys, and they all played excellent. Sean Zawadzki, I thought, was extremely comfortable for his debut league game. Really showed that he's the young up-and-coming player that's going to, be the future. And, when you look at Aiden Morris and him, center and midfield, on the road again in a difficult environment, very good environment that's been created here by Salt Lake, playing a good team that normally wins. I thought, we showed a really good mentality as a team to grind, get a clean sheet. If there's one disappointment, I felt like the game was a little bit ripe for the taking. I thought we could have been better on set pieces. We missed a lot of service and opportunities in those moments. But it's a clean sheet. It's 3 results in a row now. And I think, as I've said many times, every point adds up in this league. And, we're grinding. And we're dealing with a lot. And obviously have this game, Eric Hurtado out and Derek Etienne out and Lucas Zellerian. And, and yet we still find a way to get a result.
Go to Jacob Myers.
Caleb, what led you to start Sean and James at the wing instead of maybe putting James in the midfield and going with one of the attacking options you ended up putting in the game later?
Well, again, Eric Hurtado and Derek Etienne, being out, there's a little bit of a factor there. But we were extremely comfortable going into that 4-3-3. Our last game on the road, if you remember, against Atlanta, was in a 4-3-3. And I think we're continuing to show that we can throw a wrinkle in. And, I think you saw in that first half, I think the 4-3-3 threw them off. When you go from 3-5-2 to 4-3-3, and now next game, what is it? It starts to throw a little wrinkle into team's prep because you could see they had a real hard time creating chances. And I thought we were able to keep the ball pretty easily. The final third could have been better. But, I thought the 4-3-3 and that decision under the circumstances, again, of who was out was the right choice. And I think we're showing now this year versus last year that, we look at the game, we look at who's available, and we come up with a plan where we can get a result. And we've been doing that, quite a bit this year, especially on the road.
Was the plan to play Darlington in more of like an 8-10 hybrid role? It seemed at times he got forward up top, other times he wasn't able to get the ball at his feet up top. Just, did you feel like the attack could have, I guess, found him in more attacking spaces to get that final ball?
Yeah, a 4-3-3 is a 6 with 2 8s. So obviously Aiden Morris and Darlington Nagby are playing the 8s in a 4-3-3. And, that means at times they're going to come low and one's going to go high, and they're going to work the half spaces in the build up. And then in the final phase, they need to push on and get in the box. I thought there were times where we could have done that a little bit better. But I did think the midfield three was excellent today. I thought those three guys and James, even Luis Diaz, we got pretty good performances across the board. When you look at the back four, that's 2 clean sheets in a row for that back four on the road against Atlanta. Very good team. Obviously not getting results every game, but they're a good team, talented. And you look at this game as well. So that's 2 clean sheets in a row with that same back four and in that system 4-3-3. So I think it's been a good blueprint for us. Disappointed we didn't kind of find the goal to win, but again, if you can't win, don't lose.
To Thomas Costello, and then loop back to Jacob to close us out.
Thanks for the time, Coach. I appreciate it. Tonight, Pedro Santos got the start coming back from injury. Really made a big impact. He almost got that goal early on in the match, like a cross/shot hybrid there. Could you just kind of explain the impact that he had, not just in that shot, but the whole match? It looked like he was all over the place, and he was really excited to get back out there. And it looked like the team really used his leadership on the field.
Yeah, I thought what really helped us was having Jonah Mensah and Pedro Santos come back into the team. Obviously, we lost Eric and Derek, so you could see a little bit of that impact in our attacking play, along with obviously Lucas and, with obviously our new designated player signing out here. That will change things for sure. But in the meantime, we have to continue to put out a team and a plan that's going to fit the group that we have. And I thought we did that. And Jonah really lifted the group, and I thought Pedro as well. We had planned to get him anywhere from 45 to 60, and he did the 60 pretty comfortable. So that's really good to see. Now we just have to kind of be really careful with some of these guys coming back in, with the midweek, and then obviously the game on the weekend. So we'll put the point in the bank. These points add up. I remind people last year we missed the playoffs by a point. So, any point we can get, especially on the road, we'll take it. And those things add up, and, it keeps, again, us unbeaten in 3, and, we got to go on the road. So we're not in there doing cartwheels because we got a draw, but we'll take the draw today. And I think under the circumstances, a lot of young guys playing, really pleased with it overall. Now we got to turn around and play Toronto, who's in really good form right now on the road.
And you talked about that clean sheet too, and talk about Jonah. A little bit more on the clean sheet. Columbus, I know this year a lot of talk was about, okay, early with set pieces, giving up goals, and talk about, okay, we need to score more goals. But quietly, the defense has given up, I think, in the top 5 for amount of goals given up this year, on the top half of it. And tonight with the clean sheet, even when Milos had maybe a couple moments where RSL got behind, Room is coming up really big. Can you talk about kind of the whole defensive play tonight and how they were just really behind each other? It seemed like every moment where Salt Lake got through.
Yeah, again, playing a good team, number 2 in the West. And like I said, they've been unbeatable here in this pitch. So I'm sure they looked at the start sheet and thought, oh, this is going to be an easy win, and what you saw out of our group with, some different guys playing, and even crew 2 guys coming in the game, is they had a lot of belief. I don't know if you guys always understand how difficult that is to get a team believing and organized and ready to play when we really kind of had the 11 set for one day. So really a credit to our group, credit to our staff for keeping guys fit and ready. Credit to our club, for having guys like Jason Russell-Rowe and Mo Farsi performing well, so that we can obviously loan them up and use them to our advantage. And, I'll say Sean Zawadzki as well. The reason he looks so comfortable is he's been getting 90 minutes week in and week out. But, that back 4, they've been rock solid. And, again, I think if we can continue to get results on the road like we have been and do better at home, getting 3 points, we're going to be, in fine shape. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's move on. Let's recover, and let's start preparing for Toronto.
Sure. On Sean, Caleb, he was good in possession tonight. I think he completed 40 of his 44 passes, but defensively, it seemed like he was recovering and working well. What was your impressions of him defensively. And we've kind of talked about how there are so many people in that midfield you could give minutes to at full strength. It might be difficult to do that, but did your confidence in him kind of grow tonight?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, he was very comfortable. I thought he was excellent on the day. Performed extremely well both sides of the ball. It's not easy for a young player to step in. It's his first professional game for the first team, other than Open Cup. So it's not easy to have a mentality, to have confidence, and to be, I think, as comfortable in possession and defensively as he was. So gives us really good confidence in him moving forward. We're going to play a lot of games in this second half of the year that are in compacted windows. So I think we continue to build our depth. Last year, when we had to rotate, we would not get results. We'd lose a little confidence. And then, it was kind of a vicious cycle. Whereas this year, we're gaining confidence when we rotate, which increases our competition and training. And, some of the best, competition we're getting is day in, day out in our inter squad games or in our, small-sided games. And I think that's where our mentality is being kind of groomed, is on the training ground and our competition that we're creating with our depth this year.
Thanks, everyone. That'll conclude our media availability with head coach Pedro. See you all Tuesday. Have a good night.
Thank you.